here we go. First Blacktron appearance, the
Please.
Outrider.
Blacktron, yes. And I think both of them were by the same person.
They might be. I didn't look.
And they were, I think they're both by Beanpod. We'll have to double check that, but I'm fairly certain they are.
Shout out Beanpod.
Yeah.
By the Wolfpack. It's like the classic original Lego.
Oh,
You know, this cast
I see what
that has been taken over and has fallen apart, and they built up their own place in its place. And you also have okay, here we go. This one right here, the classic lunar base, has so many cool features going on.
Very cool.
And this one too. All right, here we go. Wizard Tower. Wizard Tower. I want the Wizard Tower.
Welcome to YourBrickFix.
Welcome back. It's spooky season for us still.
Yeah. We're recording this before Halloween, so that's why we still have the Halloween shirts on.
So excited.
But who knows when we'll actually get this video out. We do get a little behind on editing.
Yep. A little bit behind on editing, but we're picking it up. And today we're going to talk about
Bricklink Series 6. So they've released what they're actually doing. You could have voted on this already. We actually did vote. So if you didn't vote, I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry that we didn't get a video out before that. We had a little bit going on, so that's why we weren't able to do that. But it is currently in the review phase, and just like last time, we're going to do a quick once over. In this case, what we're going to do is we're just going to quickly go through them, just looking at the thumbnails and seeing which ones we really kind of like, pointing them out to you. And then in another video, just like we did last time, we're going to do our top 10.
Let's see if we can get down to top 10. I do feel like with this initial run, there were less that I was super impressed with.
He wasn't paying good enough attention. There are plenty out there for everyone. I know that I looked at someone and I was like, wow, he was like so unimpressed. And I was like, oh my gosh, this one's really cool. And this one's really cool. And this one's really cool. So good job, designers. In my opinion.
No matter what, good job, design.
Yeah.
Just because I don't like them, it's just not for me.
Yeah, it just might not be for him, but good job, designers. Actually, we really do love what you bring to the community. Thank you very much for taking your time to submit these designs. And honestly, whoever gets picked, these are all really good designs when it comes down to it. And we really do appreciate what you put forward. So thank you again.
All right, let's dive in.
Let's go. So currently, it's in review phase. It will come out of review phase on October 18th, which is when they will be announcing the designs. So only a month total in the review phase. Very exciting. It feels like it's coming up on us fast. So I'm extremely excited. There were some good ones in here. Again, we'll dive into it deeper. But I'm starting. I went ahead and I sorted by size. I sorted small, so that way we can go quicker through those. And then it'll go up. There's at least 4 pages, 96 per page. So again, we're going to go quick. I think that we're just going to really point out the ones that we really like. The first one that I'm going to point out is actually this really small set, this Martian Tri-Master. I think it looks really cool. It's a very good design, in my opinion. I think for a space theme thing, which I'm always big into, I think that would be a good one.
And that's a theme that I noticed in this series is the space theme. Given that there's a lot of space parts during the summer for all those space sets, I feel like it was a lot easier to have some space designs. And I noticed that Blacktron appears multiple times.
Yes. And so I did notice that as well. I thought that was really good. That all those space things were coming out. I do wish that they had classic on them. But that's just a personal preference. I know that you're working with what you have and what Lego allows you to have. And so in this case, I'll take what I can get.
This one really makes me feel like the Mummy.
The Mummy Adventure, the old not Johnny Quest.
No, the Mummy from the 2000s.
Oh.
Like when they're escaping on the plane.
Okay.
I feel like
the
movie The Mummy.
Not the one with Tom Cruise, but the one with Brendan Fraser.
Yes.
The classic Mummy, shall we say. The biplane does make me feel that way too. I actually didn't get that nostalgia feel looking at it. So that's actually a really good feel now that you pointed that out. Now I have it too. And now I really hope this one gets picked.
And it's a nice small size. So I think it's a good design. Excited about just from the quick look at that one.
Yeah. So I personally skipped over these. I actually did like the cellist residence a little bit. For a micro build, it goes really well with the gift with purchase that's coming out. That is that library or bookshelves that I thought was really cool.
Oh, yeah.
And so it kind of emulates the same sort of thing, just the exterior of a building with the inside being a cellist
Mhm.
thing. This was one I was not too big of a fan. It so you got a space pirate and then you got a guy hauling some cargo when it comes down to
Mhm.
it. And the cargo hauler disassembles and then can take the cargo. The space pirate can take the cargo. I liked it to a point, but I thought that it just needed a little bit more to it
Hmm.
for it to get high marks from me.
Yeah, I could see that. Let's move on. Another
Oh,
steampunk.
I love this steampunk submarine.
Yeah.
I want this one too. Please, Lego. Please, please, please. I really want this. It is cool.
Yeah, it's cool. I'm not too much of a fan of steampunk in general, but I can appreciate steampunk from afar.
Yeah.
Uh, with I like this mock coming up on the next one right here,
Oh,
the mock of the
yes.
skeleton and the portal. These
Okay.
two things, and actually, I think all three of
I
these.
like all three of them.
Yeah,
So
they're great.
I'm a fan of the medieval portal. I really like it a lot for
It's a D&D
did I
setting,
say it? Yeah, Lego D&D setting.
and then the
Um
encounter,
And
the
then
Lego
an
D&D.
encounter, yes, you have an encounter with and actually, so I will say that there were a lot of wagons, like medieval wagons on this whole entire this series that I saw.
Hmm.
And I think that this is one of the better ones. Just in my personal opinion, because of its size, it's a little bit smaller. So I actually hope that this wagon gets made because I actually think it'd be a really cool castle thing to have in the sub maybe 100 range.
And the spirit of nature, I just like it for the creepiness. Reminds me of like an Adventure Time creature,
Yeah,
like the
perfect for
Lich.
Halloween. Perfect for Halloween.
Got some pirates for you.
Yeah, I like the small boat. I'm always a fan of pirate boats.
There you go.
What can I say? And then the abandoned Imperial outpost looked good to me. I don't think I loved it, but I liked it.
Mhm.
So
There's another wagon.
here's another wagon, like I was saying. It's very royal, which is in its name. But personally, I feel like this is more classic of a wagon sort of thing. This force.
Yeah, no, and this literally reminds me of a D&D encounter that
Yeah,
we've run
yeah,
almost.
yeah.
This is what I envisioned when we did it.
When you do it, yeah.
Yeah. So it's like I could see that. Anyways, I just every time I see it, I think of that. Not that this one's too crazy here, but I do like what they designed. I just there's not enough going on.
Yeah,
But it's a
it's
cool
a
little
very
setting for a
cool
race
little
field
set.
or something.
I agree. It's a very cool little set to have as a desktop display, sort of thing. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Some more space.
So I did not vote for this because it's super micro
Yep.
build, and I can't get behind. Like it's just not fun for me. But I did vote heavily on both of these. Um, I'm always for a sub $100 Lego castle and anything medieval sub $100.
Yep.
So both of these got high marks for me.
What else we got? Okay, the cafe. I like these two cafes. I kind of was a little bit torn when voting for this. Kind of like, oh, it's a little bit too much. But yeah, I kind of like that setting. I could see it as also nice a post-apocalyptic setting on either of
So
these. Like,
he's thinking Fallout.
yeah,
Yeah, he's it. The center one he is looking at is in his mind Fallout, and that's why he likes it. I think that there was one that even looked more like Fallout.
I think there is.
That
I
that is a
remember
little bit.
seeing several that kind of felt like that vibe.
I actually really like this tram and eggs cafe. I thought
Mhm.
that it was a really good build. I personally didn't like the apocalyptic wasteland, so we differ on that. Just because I felt like it was too borderline Fallout.
Well, and the Lego theme of apocalyptic wastelands aren't too popular in being proliferated in the space, really,
Yeah,
by Lego.
yeah.
So it's a little bit, I feel like, an uphill battle and a more mature kind of build in a sense for appealing to an audience that it's not as broad of an audience that you're appealing to potentially.
What do you think? Would you like Lego to do some apocalyptic stuff? I mean, they did those zombie minifigs, so
Yeah.
maybe that would work. It maybe could Lego get away with an apocalyptic run?
Let
Maybe
us
not.
know in the comments if Lego could do an apocalyptic series.
If they could. Yeah. Uh, I personally liked goat sanctuary, except I did not like how the uh the the clotheslines or the ribbon lines
Mm-hmm.
didn't connect to the base to keep it taut.
Mm,
And so I felt like that would be a problem if we were able to ever to move it around. So I feel like I really like it if they added two plates that connected those other plates and kept them taut.
yep.
That's why I actually wanted to vote love it on this one, but I didn't vote for it. I voted not for me just because of that, because I felt like it wouldn't fit well on my shelf,
Mm,
just the way that it's built. I know that I could modify it myself, but I don't necessarily want to do that. I want it to be
mm,
the way that the designer had it. And so I think that if this one doesn't get picked this round, I would really like to see it resubmitted, but with those minor tweaks to it.
sure.
How do you like this one? It goes with
I
your
don't remember.
outdoorsy watch fire tower.
I don't feel like I paid much attention to that one, but maybe I did. I don't know.
Oh, this one right here.
Yeah.
This one reminds me a lot of the mining ones. What was that set?
Yeah. They've done a few different mining.
What was the name? What was the name of that? Okay, do y'all remember the name of that? I just can't think of it off the top of my head.
Like they remember the name? They had like I don't know ex officios or something.
No. It was like
I don't know what they're called. I had a few of the mining stuff, but
I had
s-
I had some of it too. I had the little walker,
mhm,
and it reminds me of the walker when it comes down to it.
with with
So I both liked this, but voted that it wasn't for me, the Starship Icarus, mostly because, again, it's too small of scale for me.
little micro.
Yeah.
In the cafe container, again, post-apocalyptic kind of.
I
I
actually
could see
disagree.
it buy into that
Could
too.
see it as post-apocalyptic.
Good, but it doesn't have to be. I'm just saying that
Yeah, it would fit a post-apocalyptic thing. So Lego D&D, post-apocalyptic, just so everyone knows. But,
with
but I think that this would fit just a normal thing. I think that containers are a modern trend right now.
yeah, it's definitely a modern trend.
Oh, so I will tell you that this next one I voted for. I hope you voted for it too. I hope everyone voted for it because please, please make Mucking Business a real set. Please, Lego. I am begging you to make, but I'm not kidding. I think that it is great. I love it. I am not joking at all. I think that it's the classic monkey from Lego, perfectly built. I honestly think it's better than the Lego built minifigs that are that tall. And it goes perfectly with the pirate one that just came out. But this is better. This is so much better. I love its design. I love its look. Please, Lego. Please. Please.
You could use it to hold your bananas.
Yes.
With
Like bananas.
what we got next. Oh, on that same note of like a built Lego figure, we have those dragons.
Yeah.
I kind of thought that was cool. They're a little bit chunky, but they are capturing the element, and it's a little bit of a twist on it, making it into that making it into the minifig size to actually be like a scalable.
And I think they did a really good job making it feel the same way with
Hmm.
the same flame coming out. And the wings, while they're not like iridescent and see through, I mean, I get that we have to do what we can with what we have. They look good. I think that it's a really classic dragon. I'm very impressed with what you did.
Kind of like this one, the little space octane like throwback to like even in the future, Lego's petroleum business is still going strong.
Yeah.
It's generally wouldn't be one that I'd put too highly on, but I like the creativity.
Yeah. I thought it was great too. I think that it's really good.
Mhm.
I would love to own the set. And I also think that this is a better apocalyptic.
And now we have another exactly. I was gonna say we keep this is why I felt like that
Yeah.
theme was
And
happening a lot.
I agree too that there seemed to be a lot of apocalyptic stuff, but I also felt like there were a lot of things that were built to look like containers.
Yep. Yep. With
I love the space
this one.
food truck.
It's like our Tron set that
Yeah.
didn't happen,
Yeah.
but now it's a little bit smaller scale. Maybe it'll happen here, you know? and now it's like a little way station.
Yeah, I think that that's really good. I think that they did a good job, and then it caters to actually aliens, which is really
Right,
kind of
the
fun.
irony,
Yeah,
right? We got our little moon base for the people stopping by. Here, the aliens, they just come by here, grab their snacks, and go.
yeah, and it is very reminiscent of the gift with purchase
Mhm. Microbuild
micro build
or the
for
baby
the
build, whatever.
not the baby. No, no, I'm talking about the ones that are like the rides that are the not gift with purchase. Sorry, the ones that you have to use your Lego points to get.
Oh, you're talking about Lego points? Oh, you're talking about yeah. The it's the coin operated ride
Yeah,
type thing, and they did a few where they did that. They had the pirate ship. They had like a dragon one, maybe.
yeah,
I
the gift.
can't quite remember. I have three of them,
Yeah,
so I'd have to look and see
but
what I got. But yeah,
this is very reminiscent of that.
yep. And those were very cool.
And then I like this ode to youth skateboard adventures. I
Really,
just feel like they did a really good job building these people um, with a lot of ability for them to be able to, you know, or
with
move around too.
yeah, I feel like in Lego when you make other type of figures, it kind of is a little bit of going against the grain of your pre-established view of Lego. Like the minifig has such a strong feeling, which is why I feel like the friends set figs kind of like throw me off a little bit a lot of the time.
Yeah,
When
because
you do
yeah,
the build of the bigger build that are articulating of like the Marvel figures, Star Wars figures, it kind of throws me off sometimes with accepting it, I guess.
yeah,
But these look very modern. I see these as kind of like something that you'd see in like walking through a mall almost.
yeah,
It's a nice horse looking.
yeah. The horse looks good.
Not something I'd get too into, but for the horse people out there, there you go.
Yeah, I like the ball toss.
All right, here, this fishing boat I felt like would be a great companion to the boat in series 4, right? The
Oh,
trading boat. I felt
okay.
like it's a nice small addition
No,
to that collection.
I think it also goes well with the Harbor Master.
Yeah, you get all three of those,
Good.
and now you got a stew going.
Stu?
Shit.
Oh, I like this off-road adventure. This was who did this? The same person who did so
We'll
I
get
think
into
it's
maybe more.
series 2 or series 3, but I thought that that was a good one. I really like this pirate stream too.
It's very creative. It's a nice ode to the creative process of Lego.
Yeah.
With with the here we go.
So here's another
Carbon
carriage.
carriage.
Yeah.
Yes. I will say this. It's amazing how much of a difference the setting feels like a little bit less going on without like the two trees
The
by
two
the
trees,
side.
yeah.
It kind of added that depth. And it kind of makes me pull away from it. Just even though hey, it looks like there's a lot more going on with its carriage
Yeah.
and whatnot,
Yeah.
and it's got a full base.
Yeah. Which is cool.
Mm-hmm.
I like this Peerless Platinum mine. I thought that it very much had Western feels to it.
And then what do you think about the little baby space?
The baby space. That's
Yeah.
kind of cute. And then you have another alien shop, which I found interesting.
Yeah, it's not quite. I think what I saw that one before I saw the other one and thought more highly of it initially. Another little pirate theme here.
Yeah, I like this one a lot. It wasn't in my
Mhm.
it's not gonna be probably my top 20, but I thought it was very good.
Yeah. Here we go. First Blacktron appearance, the
Please.
Outrider.
Blacktron, yes. And I think both of them were by the same person.
They might be. I didn't look.
And they were I think they're both by Beanpod. We'll have to double check that, but I'm fairly certain they are.
Shout out Beanpod.
Yeah. I thought that this one was really good. I think that his other one is also really good, and I like the fact that it's in the smaller side
Yeah.
of builds. So, I mean, I'm really a fan of the people who are putting together the smaller builds and not trying to go for those maximum number of pieces and trying to get for a smaller dollar amount.
I mean, it definitely makes it quite a bit more accessible for I think more people to get in on those when it comes to the selling out, you know.
Yeah, I agree.
Here we go, another train museum instead
Yes.
of a food shop.
I thought that the train museum was cute, but
The canal.
really like this water taxi, and I like the fact that it's designed for you to get two of the sets and put them together.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
See how it's combined too? So they even thought about the fact that you're limited to two in a purchase. So if you get both of them, and instead of
That is a fascinating thing to think about when you're making your
so
designs.
it keeps your
You
price
can-
point low
but
for some people to get into it. But if you really want the double size build, you can get it for just double the money.
the problem with that though is for people trying to, you know,
Reseller,
resell.
yeah,
If you're trying to do one for me and
then
one for
you
me too,
yeah.
then you're out. You
Yeah.
can't even make
People would want two instead of one.
Yeah.
So it'll be even harder to like get what you need.
Here's another pop-up truck thing.
Yeah.
This one I kind of like. It reminds me of like the end of the Fast and the Furious scene, driving through the fall foliage.
Yeah,
It's kind of
that's
like
kinda
almost,
cute.
but it was that,
I like this medieval Mongolian camp. I
yeah,
thought it was well done.
that's a theme that you don't really see pop up
Yeah.
much. Is things showing that kind of like the Mongolians and whatnot, and so it's kind of cool to have one like that available.
So I actually kind of like this cozy cottage a little bit.
Oh yeah, I thought this one looked really nice as a design.
It wouldn't be for me, but I really like the fact that the guy is like, carving a wood thing. And I just thought that there's a lot going on here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, none of
So
those.
another caravan.
Uh huh. Yeah, another
This one feels more D&D to me even, because it's a
it,
three caravan and each one has their own like
something going on.
yeah.
Yeah,
Then this one,
yeah, I
I'm
like that.
a huge fan. Yeah, of this microscope. I actually really hope it gets created because I'm all in for STEM and other things like that. I think that it's great creativity wise for kids
Mhm.
and scientists. But for kids to help inspire that imagination and understand how it works, I think the fact that you can swap out your lenses and raise and lower the bed just like a real microscope is really cool. I'm a huge fan of it. This one's gonna probably be in my top 10.
Wow, I like this one. The little like futuristic luxury
Can I
flying vehicle.
can I ask, does it remind you of Fallout?
No, not really. Not this one. I'd say if anything, it kind of goes Futurama for me a little bit,
Okay,
but
yeah.
even then, not quite. Maybe like cyberpunk, Futurama blend. More clean than that. Those. Here's another kind of steampunk one.
Yeah, but I don't
It's
like
not
this
as
as much.
elegant
Yeah, it's not as
design.
elegant.
The engine smoke though is cool. Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
It's steam powered smoke. It's a nice flashy design.
I thought that this coastal fort was kinda cool.
Hmm.
I would have loved to see a little bit more from it.
Yeah.
I think that they have a lot going on in too small of a space, and I think that this one deserved to be a little bit bigger.
Yeah. You know what also would be good is if you haven't already, drop a like down and subscribe.
Yeah, make sure you like and subscribe. We appreciate it.
Plus, choose us. Two pause.
So, moving on to page 2. Let's see. So these are some.
Hold up. Suspicious shed. You just brushed over that.
Oh,
I remember this one
yes,
being
yes,
very
it was
interesting.
very interesting, and I love that it was so small, and it was very
Mhm.
cool. This one is a very cool one. It's probably going to be at least my top 20, if not in my top 10.
Could be good for a Lego D&D setting too.
Oh yeah, could be good for a Lego D&D setting. I'm glad that she brought that up. So with this nice crypt,
Yes. Oh yes, I definitely thought that with the crypt. Oh my gosh, I would love that.
a crypt for Lego D&D.
The mana crypt.
I feel like we're a broken record on this channel. I feel like
We
Lego
would probably
D&D
talk
is.
about it a lot because we're just obsessed with the concept. Of
I
wanting that more.
really like this trick or treat set.
Mm.
It's perfect for voting for the voting. I think that they
Perfect for right
voting
now.
for this season, right?
Yeah.
And it should come out just in time for people to build for Halloween by its production schedule. And so I'm like super excited for it. I want to buy it. I think that it's a really good set. I would love to have it.
Yeah. In After we didn't get the Halloween themed haunted house one from the last series, that was really well designed and had a lot going on with it. This takes it down to a smaller kind of scale of having that, and it's a little bit cutesier with kind of what's going on in it.
Yeah.
So it'll be really cool to see if it gets picked.
I'm a huge fan of this design.
I don't have much to say about those. There's another Mongolian type one. It's orc, it
No,
says, but it
this is
feels okay.
no. You know
No,
what this
I
feels
got
like? This feels like World of Warcraft.
oh, there you go. Yes, of course.
I saw this and I was
Warcraft.
like, this is not going to get picked. So I decided that this one and this one aren't going to be picked because this is Little Shop of Horrors.
Oh, like from Harry Potter?
No. The musical with the plant.
Oh, I guess I don't know that.
And so this is that. It's going to be
I think
like
I've seen that one.
they're going to kick it out due to IP reasons.
Oh.
It's too close to that. And World of Warcraft, this is too close to that.
Orcs are so generic other than
You
like
have a writing mount. It just looks too much like World of Warcraft.
I think
Someone was trying to make a World of Warcraft set and sneak it through.
I think it'll work fine. I don't think it's that close. Okay, this one,
Hold
the
on.
Dragon Lair.
Go ahead. Say your piece.
So this one has a lot of cool little features. I'm not like too impressed by the dragon head coming
That's
out
my
of the trailer.
problem.
It's
That's
a
my
little
problem.
bit gaudy
It's
somewhat, but
too big. The dragon head is too big, and you can't get through this.
but my thing is the baby dragon that they made in it looks really good.
Yeah.
And even though you can't see it in here, we'll maybe dive into it later.
Next
And
one.
I like the figs that kind of come with it. And this is where you start to see the trend of all the wolf pack people come in because there's a lot of wolf pack submissions. We really want to, I guess, get a wolf pack set through on the
I really
theme.
want a wolf
And
pack
so it looks like it might happen. There's a lot of entries. So
I agree. I like this one a lot. This is by King Creations, and the other one that we really liked was also by King Creation. There was another one that we really liked by King Creations. But I'm a big fan of this. But I just for some reason the dragon was too big for me.
and I'll say this. This is what I think the problem is for me with the dragon head itself is because it's a disembodied head that really doesn't end up going anywhere for the set, it kind of leaves you lacking.
Right. And I
ultimately.
agree. And so it actually reminds me of the that old wise tale where that dragon gets too fat and dies blocking the cave sort of thing, and then no one can get past it to get to the treasures behind it.
Yep.
And so because the dragon is so big in the cave, it kind of reminds me of that. But moving on, how would you like to see a Harry Potter set?
Yeah, well, it's micro. I kind of skipped over it. I was like not interested. So
And then I like this.
I didn't notice that. I just not too into the ship, so I just passed over that. Here we go. Another Black Tron.
There we go. And by Eating Pod.
Yep.
So obviously both of them aren't going to get picked, but I hope one of them gets picked.
This rover is really cool because you have like uh the two armed side areas that you're on and whatnot. There's a lot going on.
Between the two, if you could either have the spaceship or the rover, which one would you rather have?
I think we haven't got to the one I'd rather have.
Is there a third one?
There's a third.
I think I remember the third, but
There's a bigger ship.
Yeah. Honestly, I'd be happy with either, but I'd lean more towards the ship in this case.
I think I'd lean more towards the ship out of the three that I remember. Ships, either one.
So then we have Carnage Crossroads or Carriage Crossroads. Crossroads? Carriage Crossroads, which I think is a good set and looks really good. Here's your Watchtower again.
Yeah, this one I don't like as much as the first one that we reviewed. It's a little bit. Yeah, the other one just had more going. I like the height on the other one too.
Yeah, it did have a much better height to it, in my opinion. I like this one. I like the other one a little bit better. I do like, again, anything medieval that's not too much on a piece count. I think that this one's good. I think that this was submitted last time and didn't get chosen, and they just resubmitted. Please resubmit if you don't get chosen.
This one I think was very similar to what was in there before. I think there's some color changes.
Exact same one.
I don't know if it's exact same because something's a little bit different to me.
It was the one where you thought it was a pig boat.
I thought it was a boat, instead of a pig pen.
Yeah, you thought it was.
But something's different. I can't put my finger on what parts changed.
Yeah, if let us know what you think. I thought this steampunk explorers were really cool.
Yeah, I could see it.
And then look, it's Fallout.
Yep, basically. This one though has it's like a mech that they're getting into, I guess. They have we kick over. And then here we have another Blacktron submission, different person kind of. It's not exactly Blacktron, but this one
it has that feel.
The ship can be used by the mech as a gun as well. And then this spaceship is actually got a lot of really cool features.
That's really cool. I don't know if I looked at this one as closely as I probably should have. I like this, uh, the blacksmith's praise. I thought that that one was cool.
This that top one up there, it reminds me of like a scene from like a movie. Maybe it would be like in if anybody's seen Chaos, the recent Netflix
Yeah,
series,
I have.
kind of feels like that place where everybody
Where
meets
I
at.
go to the underworld.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, where you actually go to the underworld. So I like this Power Mac. They did the Power Mac, but they did it in blue last
Yeah,
time.
last time it was like the classic
Yeah.
space blues
And
setup,
so
and this
I
is
like this
just now Mtron version.
and then I like this Renegade's Castle. I
Mhm.
thought actually it was a very nice complete castle. Uh, Wolfpack, of course.
Mhm.
Uh, very low on piece count. I think that it'll be a good one, a nice contender. It's definitely going to be in my top 20.
Mhm.
This one I liked.
It's elegant.
It's very elegant. I like a pretty thing to look at, sort of thing.
Yeah, come on. There we go. That's the one that I
Yeah.
want.
Yes. This one's cool.
That's the Black Charm ship we should get.
I
Thanks, Beanpod.
Yeah. Thanks, Beanpod. Thank you 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
I like this Kraken attack,
Mm-hmm.
and I love this ruffian stronghold.
Sure.
Wolfpack all the way. Next time I'll wear a Wolfpack shirt, maybe.
Got some train for you. Here we go. This wolf pack. Oh, when I saw this and went over it on stream, I
Did you
thought it was
say
really cool.
in your mind? Did you say that looks like Lego D&D?
D&D, WoW, Griffin,
Yep.
Hippogriff, whatever type of hybrid that is. And then, it's just got a nice little setting. This wizard mystery waterfall thing, it's a little bit too clunky.
Yeah.
I thought it was interesting.
I
Cool
thought it was
mechanic.
a very cool idea, but I think that it needs a little bit more detail, fine tuning to
Mhm.
it.
And then here's our first West kind of set popping up, and there's several good submissions. I
Yeah.
feel like for a Western themed set, which we haven't really seen in Lego for a little bit.
Yeah, I really like this submission. I think that if this one gets made, I'd be really happy. Here, this desert castle, I hope gets
Mhm.
made. I again, it's just a nice castle. This one, this Horizon Starfighter, I thought was really well done.
It's very elegant. Yep. Now I like that it has a stand. Nice.
There's another Old West.
Yeah, no, that one I didn't think into. Yeah, that Old West one looked good though. This haunted house. This is the
Yes.
one that I was thinking of when you were talking about the haunted house earlier, because I recognize it from the kids there.
Yeah, this
Yes.
haunted house is really good. I'm a big fan of these submissions. I think people are really thinking outside of the box now.
Okay, so this Wolfpack
This
set
Wolfpack, yeah.
looks nuts. So I kind of wasn't quite too into it, but when you look into it and kind of see the lore that's happening there,
Yeah.
it's like this guy summoning something
Yeah.
from it. That is just kind of cool. The problem that I think that ends up happening here for me is it doesn't get me enough of the wolf pack like as a whole for everything that we've had come out sequentially with the what are the raven people called, the falcons,
The Black Falcons.
the black falcons, the forest men.
Yeah, it
Doesn't quite get
it
you.
doesn't go in that world, but you know what world it does go in?
Yeah, D&D, yeah, of
Not
course.
no,
Oh,
not D&D.
oh, okay, I got it wrong.
The Witcher.
Sure.
This
It's
feels
Witcher.
very Witcher-esque to me.
I didn't think about that.
I like this Thieves Treasure Trove. Pirates Inn looked okay, but it on the backside it just felt a little blank to me.
Here's another yacht one. So this yacht, it looks like it's speedy.
Yeah,
I actually kind of like the design a lot better than the previous one we reviewed.
yeah. I like the arcade. It had a pinball machine in it. Love pinball. So
Nice little city thing to drop in there. Uh,
nice Christmas village.
Sure, yeah. All right, this one looks like a nice one that would be a good addition for a pirate scene
Yes.
and all that.
Yes.
It looks well crafted. The problem that I think I see here is with the recent release of that pirate one that came out. It's like that.
Ominous Isle?
Yeah, the ominous isle.
The
It's
face
like
being on
the
it?
skull
Yeah.
is basically identical. Like, if you have both, it kind of feels like too much of that. You wouldn't want to put those together.
Yeah. So then we got the bank. I Lucky did multiple submissions, all Wild West this time around, and I'm pretty sure he's the guy who did the other two Western themes, the train set and the general store. I'm pretty
Okay.
sure that was Lucky.
This one I thought looked really good, especially how it opens up. I kind of was a little bit torn between because it opens
Because
up
it
and it's
opens up,
flat
but it's
on the
flat,
two
yeah,
sides,
yeah.
but it looks good from the front when
How
it's
it's folded
open
out, but
too.
on the inside, it doesn't I don't like it as
But it's completely encased when it's closed up,
Yeah.
so that kind of redeems
I
it. So I don't know.
I thought how he broke it apart was really cool for how he broke it
Yeah,
apart. Just wing it out.
all right, here we go. Wolfpack, Wolfpack,
This Wolfpack one is awesome.
the Outlaw Forest Den. That is, if it gets in there, I think I'm in.
And honestly, Lucky, out of all of yours, this Lone Brick Detective Agency looks awesome.
I did like that one too. All right, here we go. Wizard Tower, Wizard Tower. I want the Wizard Tower. I just love how crazy it is. It's a wonky little tower,
Yeah.
you know? And the thing that was going on here is you have like a nice little scene kind of put together. Go scroll over where the figs are. So you got the wizard, you got like this witch or wizardess, something like that. Then you've got like a knight coming in, and they all kind of have like an element of a story happening
Yeah.
within the whole
You could easily see a story. I love the building design behind it. I think that it's definitely expert building when it comes down to it. So very cool.
And even though it doesn't fit a lot in the mock, as far as what you would have in there, you have enough of that element that you could tell your story. It would go well with any of the previous medieval sets that have come out, and it could fit into your D&D settings.
It could always fit into your D&D settings. Even this art factory that I liked could fit into your D&D settings. I'm just kidding. It can't fit into the D&D settings.
Let us know in the comments if you think an art factory would be great for D&D.
You know what? It could be good for D&D. It could be a setting in a city. You don't know, and they could have to do a art heist. Huh? Did you think about that? He didn't. He didn't think.
I don't know how many of you set your D&D sessions in modern day, but let us know in the comments.
Well, it could be like a Wizard of Oz thing. Maybe. No. Okay. Euler. Moving on. Next page.
All right, we're on to another page. Here we go. Okay, this one I talked about on Strain, the Yellow Castle being taken over by the Wolfpack. It's like the classic original
Yeah.
Lego
Oh,
Yellow Castle. I see what that has been taken over and has fallen apart, and they built up their own place in its place. And you also have a little swamp where a cart is sinking into it, so it's got a lot of story, and I feel like it sets the tone for the Wolfpack being kind of maniacal in the way that they do their business
Yeah.
and conduct themselves.
Yeah. I like this like Persia. I think that it looks it looks very elegant to me. I would love to have it. I'd love to put it on a shelf. I'd love to play with it. I think it looks very playable too. I think that this would be a really cool D&D setting. But I also think that it would be just fun to build and just fun to look at. I think it's a very nice looking set. I think that this is a really cool Wild West paint bottle. It is open back, but I think that it looks really nice.
It looks good from the front. Open backs can work sometimes for me. It's a nice little modern mock. We
Yeah.
wouldn't go for it too much though.
Do you not feel like this is the mummy with that biplane or anything?
It doesn't. No,
It doesn't give you that feel. This felt very classic Wolfpack bridge to me. This troll bridge, this medieval troll bridge. I really like this one.
It looks really good.
I hope this one gets picked down. That's gonna be in my top 20. There's a lot in my top 20.
Probably more than 20.
Definitely more than 20.
There we go. A little fishing stilt place.
Yeah, I thought that was cool. I thought that this ancient bazaar was cool.
I like that take on a star frigate that looks like a boat, basically.
I thought this pirate villa looked cool.
This medieval witch tower I thought was a nice build overall, but not nearly as much as I like the wizard tower. And it kind of looks like you couldn't do as much as I'd like within the tower when you broke it down and looked at
the wizard tower definitely has a lot going for it.
Here's another pirate for you.
I like this Pirates of the Seven Seas. I think that it's a good choice. I think that it would be very expensive. It just looks very expensive to me. So I hope that it gets picked, but the one that I really hope gets picked is Expedition Aztec
Oh,
because
wow.
it looks awesome.
I don't think we've had an have we had an Aztec theme in Lego?
The Expedition theme had this. This is a recreation
No, it is? Okay,
the Expedition. So there in the first release, it was all Egypt oriented,
uh-huh.
right? And then in the second one, it was all Aztec.
Okay. Whoa.
So in the second season, or
Uh-huh.
you know what I mean?
I think I must have got out of it at that point a little bit because I only remember the first one. Oh, there we go. Big dragon.
Yeah, this big dragon mock is really kind of cool. You're in this case, you're buying it for the dragon, not for the castle. You're gonna go put it up with your Royal Knights castle or your Black Falcon castle.
Hmm. Yeah, here we go. There's a little bandit hideout.
Yeah.
This one gets you a couple lion knights to face off with the wolf pack.
Yeah, and it's over lava, so don't fall off.
I think I thought that was a really nice part when I was
Yeah,
looking through it. The fact that it's in like a volcanic kind of situation that
yeah.
makes sense for them too.
And I like this one, um, but I didn't love it, should we say, but I thought it was very cool.
Yeah.
Huge fan of the Samurai Castle. I think that this samurai. I hope that this Samurai Castle gets picked. Big fan of the older Samurai Lego sets, and so if this Samurai Castle can get picked, that'd be a plus for me. This medieval river crossing looks pretty cool.
Yeah, that one's nice.
I thought they did a good job with it. I like this New Orleans French fort.
Whoa. Yeah, I brushed over that one when I was voting. It does look good though.
And then this North Point Academy, really cool. But I thought that they said that they weren't going to allow things that look too modular. And I feel like this one looks too modular.
No, okay.
So this Jungle Ruins also reminds me of the Expedition stuff, just not as much.
You know what that like I didn't look at this one before when it came up, but you know what it reminds me of is that Nickelodeon series, the Hidden Temple
Yeah,
or whatever. It's like 'cause you got all the layers.
Hey,
It's like
I feel a guy rope
yeah,
flying it down. It does look like that.
so it's like you're gonna do an obstacle course. Yeah.
I like this floating market tale. That was big on my list.
You know, the floating market feels like it would fit into the Ninjago setting. Not knowing anything about Ninjago.
Yeah, not being the biggest Ninjago fans. So this City on Bridge is cool. It reminds me of ancient London Bridge,
Mhm.
but I really like this sushi restaurant.
Mm. It looks good. Yeah, I want sushi now.
Yeah, from the outside, this is a really good looking set. So I really hope it gets picked.
Go back to that space one up there. Scroll over it.
It was also cool. There's a lot going on.
There's a space that I'm looking for that I remember sticking out, but I guess that one's not it. That haunted house I felt like kind of was cool down below right there.
Oh, this one?
It folds up and looks a little bit better when it's folded up together, I think,
Yeah.
than split apart like that. But it's okay. Like it could. There's other haunted. Oh, wait. I think I like that one.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
This Woodland Hollow is pretty cool.
Yeah.
This fort by the river looks cool. Obviously, we're going to do more in depth on each of these later, but we thought
Well, on our picks.
Yeah.
On our picks. We'll go more in depth on a pick.
you can't go more in depth on all of them, sort of thing.
Let's continue.
This one is a resubmission, this Viking Fortress.
Okay. I like that one, but
And then this Lion's Keep looks really cool to me. This Elven Haven looks really cool to me. This Brick Knight's Castle looks really cool to me. This is very futuristic.
yeah. All right, last page. Let's speed run it. With okay, here we go. This one right here, the
Yeah.
classic lunar base has so many cool features
It's
going on.
Very cool.
And the spaceship on it, the rocket and the spaceship, all of it looks really good.
Yeah.
The rover looks really good. And you got two rovers, a big rover and a small rover for an individual. You got a whole changing area. You got a whole botanical thing going on. It is awesome.
Yeah, it's a very good build. I also really like this privateer frigate.
Yep.
And I really like that this pump house is supposed to be motorized.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
I missed that.
yeah,
All right.
that's it. The Grand Victorian Hotel and the Institute of France.
Well, thanks for joining us. We'll see you guys next time.
Yeah. See you next time. We really appreciate it. Again, don't forget, like, subscribe. If you have anything to say, if we missed one that you thought was better than all the others, let us know.